afternoon, Siddhesh. Good afternoon.
All well?
All well. Glad to see you.
Same here, same here.
It's an immense pleasure to meet the man who is passionate about fabrics, and at the same time, you are ready to change how the Indian man is dressing up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Great, great. So, tell us something about your store. I mean, you've got some great collection.
So, we have ready-to-wear shirts here.
Okay.
There are kurtas ready-to-wear there. The store is divided into 4 parts, 4 quadrants. Where we have, so we'll just have a walkthrough. I'll show you.
Garuda, it's one of your perfume lines.
Yeah, it's a nice fragrance.
Yes.
A lot of appreciation.
Oh, yep. Wow, it kind of unlocks your senses for sure. So this is one of the collection where...
So the entire store is kind of an 8 if you look on the top view.
Yes.
It's more on infinity, so
Infinity.
that's how about it
So
goes about.
Was it your idea or?
No, it was our idea.
Okay.
We wanted the architect to replicate. So we told him that this is what we want. And then slowly he brainstormed a lot of things.
Superb. So basically we are conducting your interview whereby it's a part of CC Tales, which is a 5-year celebration for Corporate Connections Ahmedabad, where we want to kind of share with the community about each member how they feel about Corporate Connection. At the same time, how is the journey overall. So we will shoot up some question, like a rapid fire round.
So Siddhesh, what is the one thing that you are most proud of today, and how did the origin of the business started, and what makes so special about this company, Jade Blue?
I feel all three are very super rapid fire different versions.
Yes.
What I'm most proud of is me being happy all time. That is something I'm most proud of. Second, the origin of the business. So Jade Blue was started in 1995. 81 was we started with Supremo tailoring. That's the big point.
It's quite popular in India.
So it has a great journey. Started from tailoring to retail into menswear,
Example.
and where tailoring still is one of our fabrics and tailoring of bespoke custom wear. Is still a forte. It's that
Time.
and the most special thing about Jade Blue is that we believe in a collective effort where everyone is growing with holding hands with.
Yeah.
Together you can achieve more. That's the ideology which has always driven us.
And now Jade Blue is not just a company of Gujarat, it's a pan-Asian brand.
So we have around 40 stores now.
Yes.
So fortunately we have been doing good.
Excellent.
We have found still certain states to be cracked, and we're not getting the same sales or the right mix of numbers that we would want. But hopefully they should fall in place.
I mean, if you can share, which would be those states which are where you want to gain that traction?
I think Maharashtra can have more growth.
Yes. Yeah. And what is that one big turning point in your business journey? If you can share on that.
I think it's not my business journey, but it would be the business journey of our founders.
Absolutely.
Where we opened up a store in Baroda. So Ahmedabad, we were pretty consistent. When we opened up a store in Baroda, it was our first store outside Ahmedabad. It had good numbers for a few years, which gave us the confidence to grow more, and people accepting our products by the label Jade Blue and believing in the craftsmanship and the ideologies that we have.
So yeah, man, what is that great challenge you faced in your career till now, and how did you manage to overcome it?
I think it's because we are a second generation. We joined the business made already by the founders.
Yeah.
People say 0 to 100 is difficult, but 100 to whatever you want to reach is also difficult.
Yeah.
So more than difficult, it's a challenge that you just have to get on with a whole team, which is very good at what they are doing. but how to adapt or synchronize everyone together in a form that the old and new kind of merge seamlessly. As it was, that is a challenge. You challenge here.
And would you say that the relationship plays one of the most single important role in your life?
Your personal relationships are the most important. And who you choose to be. You will not be sharing things with someone close. You're going to be learning, growing. So it does play very important.
Even equally same with the business life as well.
And guys, how the people you surround yourself with would help you either grow or help you down.
And why does corporate connection as a community give you the best place to deepen or expand your relationship, both personally and business?
Frankly, it's
Since you're 2-year member,
been 2 years,
yeah,
and I feel in 2 years our chapter was active, non-active. There have been a lot of
ups and downs.
influences. Yeah, it's like the stock market. So in that scenario, but the way it has helped me the most is that a fellow member who used to handle or who still sometimes that we handle my portfolio to a certain extent. The stocks he picked game amazing returns. So that way it was very beneficial.
Accumulation of
Monetarily it was very beneficial.
And how do you see forum as part of topic?
Forum is good as so our forum has been active, but we've had few new members into the forum.
Yeah.
So the time for them to be a part of forum, to actually understand the concept of forum and open their heart out might take time, but it is a good concept that should be encouraged in all business communities.
Yes, where when you are not being judged on any kind of conversation,
Correct.
and at the same time you are able to kind of have different experiences when you go on retreats, especially.
Very true.
That's the kind of places where the bond actually enhances.
Yes.
Great. And if we talk about the men's latest uptrend collection, would you like to just show us what is uptrending these
So
days?
it is not about uptrending or anything, but there's one. So there were jackets, there were formal shirts and stuff. That is, I think there's a bomber jacket. It's a classic bomber jacket which everyone should have in their wardrobe. Let's say there's this jacket, which is there's a nice embroidery of number 1 done here. It's a very clean black jacket. It is like a staple in your wardrobe. It's a suede jacket, so you could carry it out for a meeting or a party or cocktail, any.
So bomber jackets are one of the things which brands are kind of
So
investing in their wardrobes.
exactly, they have been buying from different brands and labels, but they are very fancy, and I would recommend to invest on a very classic jacket rather than something too fancy. Like I would love honestly if people wear something like this, where it is a physics, maths inspired jacket. But then the variability of this is less.
Yes.
It's more trendy,
Suitable to your personality, whether you are a geek or whether you are a kind of
more than a geek. It's just that what do you want to? This is very noticeable. Once people are not noticed.
yeah.
A black suede is always a classic.
And how about the wedding collections you have over here?
No, that's great. We have sherwanis here, solid blues, and there is we have fusion, sangeet,
Yes.
Indo-Western, all those outfits here. The classic Jodhpuris, classic cuts,
Bandgala as well.
Mandala as well. So
Yes. Goes. So on a lighter note, I mean, if the man is going to dress up and they have to game up in most of the events they visit, like whether it's a corporate event, a wedding or a party, do you think that men and women will have a tug of war when it comes to their walking wardrobe? Who has the maximum space in it? Do you think it's going to happen?
that's it. Not really. Ideally, it will always be a 60-40 or 70-30 ratio.
70-30.
Or 60-40.
Okay.
Where women is 60 and men is 40 or 30. And men kind of have very limited needs.
Yes.
They don't want to. They want a certain set of wardrobe, stick to it, and then keep repeating.
Right.
It's good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But men have started spending. Do you see that? I mean, in coming years,
100%
spending more on clothing now.
100% more than clothing. It is overall grooming, fitness. Ideally, so Jade Blue has this tagline, which is "What you wear matters." So men are just taking it more sincerely.
More sincerely.
Yeah.
And balance is the key.
Correct. 100%.
Great. So, Siddhesh, you must have come across so many individuals in your life, whether we talk about family, friends, relatives. But what is that one greatest advice you have ever received it, and which is still intact in your mind?
So, Joel, I feel we meet so many people day in, day out. But one important advice was from my parents, which was that kindness is the most important virtue that a person can ever have. After a point, it is only relationships that are going to matter. So more than money, focus on building good relationships. I think that is what eventually will matter in life.
Yeah.
And fortunately, meeting great people as you and other people have also made me realize the same, that we all are more or less in the same boat. So let us contribute as much as we can.
Well, I think so. It says that no matter how much wealth you have, but by end of the day, the weightage is more towards the relation.
100%.
So, according to you, I mean, what is the difference between a businessman and a self-employed individual?
See, I think it's a matter of scale. Firstly, when we talk about a self-employed person or a businessman, technically they both are working for building something great.
Right.
So all entrepreneurs at a point are self-employed people who are driven towards to achieve something.
Yes.
But when we talk about scale, and a businessman kind of thinks of the fact that how is it that I can run this business without my presence?
On auto mode.
Practically in India, auto mode is still difficult because half of India works on follow-up.
Yes.
But at least we could aspire to be somewhere at a place where should not be devoting more hours to that particular task.
Yes.
So a businessman essentially would hire the best people around him or her, where the team is smarter than that particular person in X individual fields which they have. And a self-employed person would want that, no, let me try to do this also, that also, and a lot of things on their own.
Like jack of all, master of none kind of.
It could be jack of all, but maybe you could have that vision, you're not finding the right person.
Yes.
But then true growth is always achieved only by having the right team around you.
So if you have to share, what is the core essence when you are building team for Jade Blue? If you're building a team for Jade Blue, what is one core thing you look forward from that team building when it comes to work?
One, integrity is something which we have always valued in the company. So most people could let go. So there are a few instances where I know that, okay, and in an ex company, the person did a small petty thing which resulted to so and so issues.
Yes.
But how honest he is about that, he or she is honest about it, what were his or her intentions of doing that, that matters more. And I think integrity is our number one point when we think of hiring any person.
Yeah.
Second would be where is it that they want to be?
Okay.
So is it that at any point in that person's journey, do the company's goal and their goals align?
Right.
Chances are that after 2 years, the dream might not be the same.
Okay. Even if you try to do rebalancing.
Yeah. So the person might think that, no, I need more.
Okay.
Could be monetarily, could be a change of work, could be a change of thought.
Yes.
maybe he or she is not liking the field they are in, and they are stuck there just because it is paying their bills. So in our annual we do appraisal at least, so the one-on-one meetings, those happen quarterly. So we always go back to the roots that are you happy in what you are doing?
Yeah.
If you are not happy and you just here with me for the money part, then there are a lot of companies who can maybe pay more than what Jade Blue does and some less. But the idea is be with us if you really admire what we do. You are a bit, you really love that. Okay, dressing up men is a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
And there are very few players in the world, and we get this opportunity to do that. So if you are with the right reasons with us, then that is what will matter the most.
So an entrepreneur will always try to build that environment where any employees will
thrive better.
Thrive better eventually. Yeah. And what is that one mantra you always live by, and you think that you will definitely pass it on to your daughter, where it can really help her to grow her mindset or journey of her life?
So I'm a second generation entrepreneur, if we put it that way. So the business was built primarily by my uncle and my dad. Now, with most of stories which I see around me, with most of the friends that I have around me, it is the same case, that there were very few first generation entrepreneurs. So the sacrifices that a first generation makes and a second generation makes is always going to be different.
Yes.
When it comes to my daughter or my son, it is a third generation. Yeah. So technically all their needs are satisfied by the time they are growing up.
Yeah.
So one bottom line would be that be happy in whatever you are doing.
Yeah.
So loving what you do is eventually boils down, and they would have the leeway or the privilege to do that.
Yeah. Playing field area.
Yes. So chances are, if when you are young, and if someone asks you that, if you are a first gen entrepreneur, and they ask you that, okay, you want to be a cricketer, for example, and the competition is tough, so you would say, okay, let's try.
Yes.
But because of family pressure, you might quit and join your engineering business or your textile business, apparel, whatever business.
Yeah.
Or you want to, build that, okay, cricket will give me only an X amount of money.
And
but there's this side hustle that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm trading chemicals. It is earning me more money.
Absolutely.
So you would focus on that. Yeah. So at that point, you stopped your dream of becoming a cricketer, maybe.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with the third generation, if we plan our investments and everything wisely, then they can have the leeway to follow that dream, or possibly just create art and do nothing.
Certainly.
So idea is to just be happy and do whatever you like. Yes. Maybe give back to the society in some way.
Going with your original flow and
exactly
what inspires you around you. And
the idea is that you don't always need to think that what next. There's so much noise today, there's so much information available everywhere.
Absolutely.
You'll be like, I'll do this, I'll do that. But why? Why can't we just live life slowly?
Yes. You can discover many things when the life is slow.
Exactly.
Chaos and noise can at times drain out the energy.
Correct.
So that is important, yeah. And what is your personal secret investment to your growth at the moment? When you created Siddhesh Chauhan or Jade Blue or any creation you are pursuing, there is a manifestation to it, strong manifestation to it, which lead to this. And eventually there is always a secret investment strategy behind it.
So investment in terms of, is it how I plan my money flow, or is it how I invest in myself or the people around me?
So you can let's dissect the question, like whether how you take your investment towards your accumulation of wealth, and how you take business strategy, tactical business strategy.
So in terms of personal wealth, it would always be equity 90%, 5% gold, 5% land. Because I love, I mean, I'm very bullish on Indian stock markets.
And liquidity is
the key. You just press a button, next day the money is in your account. And in terms of investment, otherwise, personally, I would keep reading on and off different books. One book recently was Blitzscaling by Mr. Hoffman, maybe. I think that is a great book.
Okay.
That was a nice read. And Psychology of Money again is an investment book. It's a all-time favorite. Anytime I'm in doubt or I feel like there's too much noise of, people tell you around that, okay, this industry is gonna grow, buy this stock, it's gonna grow. I go back to that book, I'm like, no, focus on the basics and the principles.
It's like a Bible.
Yeah, so you focus on the basics and the principles, and there'll be more opportunities always. And at any given point, there's always someone making more money than you, which you cannot control.
Absolutely. So now when we see the summary is at its peak, what kind of colors would you suggest if somebody is looking out to kind of shop on certain colors for the summer peak? Which kind of colors do you say that on the menswear this will suit really nice?
So personally, I feel that white is an all-time favorite.
Yeah.
So you could just, and fortunately we have a lot of options in white in terms of fabrics as well.
Okay.
So not us, overall, I mean, you find it on the internet, you find a lot of companies making. So white shirt, which was just a white cotton shirt, has evolved to different textures, different materials. So any day a person could have minimum 10 white shirts in their wardrobe of different fabrics itself, which are different texture. Second, some people say pastels are good during summers and everything, but if you're a vibrant person, you can always experiment with bold colors also.
As per your personality.
Exactly. So there is, I think fashion practically has no such pre-decided rule that you should wear this or you should wear this. It is a bunch of
your emotions.
People at a very in the industry who kind of design the textiles or study psychology to a certain extent. They do it also, but for that too, for a very European market. For Indian market, I think it's very difficult to crack as to what colors would work in what area, because the mindset is so different. So there is no such rule.
And
that
every region or geography,
region,
the culture is changing. So there is always an appeal to different culture of different kind of menswear.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's great. And on that note, we have a wrap up for today's CC Tales for Siddhesh Chauhan, and we wish Siddhesh and Jade Blue goes to many geographical area and expanding global markets as well. And we wish someday Jade Blue is there on Champs-Élysées, Paris.
Hopefully. And maybe New York or Dubai, we don't know. Places to go.
And one line, if you can say, what is fashion for you before we close up?
I think what you wear matters is Jade Blue's tagline also.
Yeah.
So that says everything, that whatever you wear kind of reflects yourself and it matters. So just be wise about, or just make a nice choice of what you're wearing today. It might or might not affect your mood.
Superb. So on that note, Siddhesh Chauhan from CC4.
Cheers, guys.
And it was a pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure, Usha.
Yeah, thank you.